I'm glad I'm a favorite. I feel like y'all dissed me last time though. I'm gonna be straight. I'll shoot straight.
All right, let's get right to it.
I text you.
We had the DM conversation on IG.
Yeah. I felt like I say, man, how they gonna play me like that? Because we had a whole conversation, and then when I looked at the clip, when people started hitting me, it was about Katt Williams. I'm like, what was we had a whole hour some conversation, but the clickbait was about Katt. Like, our conversation wasn't about that.
Of course not.
And then it was like, yo, you talking about Katt? I'm like, I wasn't talking about that dude. They asked me. We had a whole other conversation.
And if I remember correctly, I think
I was like, that was crazy. Then he come on and throw me in something that I ain't got nothing even to do with, because whatever his comment was. And I'm like, they laughing and giggling with this without no type of pushback. And I'm like, well, that's journalism. Journalism is gonna push back. Like, yo, where you come from that with that? Like,
right.
I don't have to run my movie credits and I don't have to run my sitcom credits. Right. It's not like I ain't been in either one. I was like, yo, man, this is crazy, because it's no way with me that I would be kicking it with a guest, and then somebody come on my show and diss my guest without me doing no pushback. I'm like, yo, I don't think that wash.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? With me, because I was tight a little bit. I said, man, I ain't even unfolded y'all. Be honest, I was gonna wear y'all sweatshirt that day too. I ain't even unrolled it. I folded it back up and put it back in the thing. I was like, man, I'm being honest, bro, because I text you. I was like, yo,
we was going back and forth.
What's happening? Because I'm like, yo, money is wild. And then I'm like, then he underlined this y'all show at the same time. It's like, you trying to play somebody like they ain't nothing.
Right.
Y'all don't bring no nothing people on your show.
Of course not. No.
So I'm like, in that space, I'm like, yo, he in the same space you in.
Okay.
That's how I felt on the thing. I was like, yo, man. And I just sat back. I was like, I found out I was coming here at 3:30 this morning. And I was like, oh, I'm coming. They have me back. First thing I'm gonna say is how I feel, because I ain't the type of person that can hold that type of energy.
Of course.
And be fun, because I take right away.
Yeah, you hit me in the IG comments. I responded back. You said, yo, how come no real pushback? You know what I mean? When it came to what Katt was talking about. And in this setting, I like to let people, especially the guests, say what they gotta say, get it off their chest, right? As far as what the first thing you said when we first started, it was like, and you felt like the whole conversation was about Katt. That was just the first clip that came out. That was the conversation that we had at the very end of the show. You know what I'm saying? We had a whole conversation. That was the last thing that we talked about. It did well online. Algorithm's gonna do what the algorithm's gonna do.
And so what happens is this. Oh, he trying to get clout off old boy name. I'm like, man, I'm moving in my own space.
It's a fact.
I don't even, in interviews, I real live don't even think about money unless somebody bring him up and ask me my true feelings. That's not the bulk of my conversation about nothing. Most of my conversation is about what I got going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when somebody dish you about your views, you like, what? Man, I'm the third most streamed comic in the world. Not just the United States, in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the first independent comic to ever even be nominated for a major award, NAACP Image Award. I built my bones on my own. Like he's in the introduction, no machine. I don't have nobody behind me pushing me and trying to put me on the forefront. It's me. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is one thing about black people always talking about, that we got to get our own, but then when somebody get their own, they still want you white stamp. You know what I'm saying? Why you not on a Netflix? Why you not? Because that's not where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my own thing, but I'm getting more views than people that's on that joint. So then I start producing other people's stuff that's getting more views than other people that's on that on the same joint.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, my space is my space. I'm not even concerned about nobody else's space. And when somebody talk about they got a bunch of movies, I used to do this joke. This is when I was writing jokes, but it was based on something real. You can make anybody feel bad about anything if you really look at it. Fact, this not facts. Did Minnesota not trade 7 people for Kevin Garnett? 7 people, 7 other NBA stars, millionaires. You know what I'm saying? That they traded for one person. And I always said I wanted to be number 7. You know what I'm saying? Let me be number 7 because at least I can say I'm the sweetener. I'm the one that's I'm the one that sweetened the deal. They asked about, they say you for you. They like, nah. They brought up 5 more people. They was like, nah.
Yeah.
They brought another person. They like, nah. Then I came in. It was like, yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna be in the gym like, yeah. You know, Melo, you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me.
Who you static with, though?
Yeah.
Us or who you static with? I'm coming back to
it's real static.
I'm coming back
I just think,
who just static with?
I was tight, man. I was tight with how y'all produced that.
What was you tight about, though?
That first, we had a whole conversation, and then y'all asked me about old boy at the end.
Yeah, and that's the clip that came out.
And then
well, the internet better than anybody. You know what I mean? That's just a clip that did well.
But I don't do the clickbait. That's the thing. So I stopped going on other shows if we didn't have an understanding of what was coming out. Because I don't need, in my mind, I don't need no clickbait.
Absolutely.
I'm cool. So
we don't like clickbait either.
Yeah, and
the world do though, not us.
Uh-huh.
The world like clickbait. We don't like clickbait.
I get away.
So I'm trying to see who you're static with.
Yeah, I was tight with y'all, man. I was like, what do we do? I DM'd who I was tight with.
He told me like, Ali text me. Ali hit me talking about he tired. Like, what the fuck is he tired about?
Nah, he said, yo, why you getting no pushback? I'm like, yo, first off, it's the Peace God segment. So we started off with like, yo, we heard XYZ while Ali, he was on the show. Mad respect that we threw initially. And it's always in the same sort of vein. Like, yo, how can we help bridge that gap, make it all together? We do it with everybody that we hear any sort of beef with because we don't like the clickbait, because we don't just go after the negative.
So you know another thing that was done in there?
That's how it went.
It was another picture tried to be painted to me too. And this is why I be talking about cats be talking from safe space. So if you go on somebody's show that's popular like this, and then you say that I'm an enforcer for somebody else, but then you say it's on site. So when you run into me, then it's gonna be like I'm the one that was being aggressive because I'm already the enforcer for somebody else. And I'm an enforcer for me. I ain't somebody, there ain't on nobody payroll enforcing. I was like, this boy painting a mean little narrative of me real quick, you know what I'm saying, without it being underlined said. And I'm like, this is crazy. And it wasn't just me, it was the phone calls that I was getting.
Yeah.
I was in chill mode. And the next thing I know, hey man, I ain't did nothing. What you talking about? Man, go on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I said, man, what they done did. I said, what they done did.
You already had your guard up.
Who on
You
there?
get that type of phone call, anything I see, I'm already gonna feel some type of way. So I understand. I completely understand where you come from.
Right, I'm talking about, I couldn't, matter of fact, I probably misspelled 2 words. I was so tight. I was like, you know something? This is why Roland Martin is a...
Yo, you call me Roland Martin. I was like,
this is why Roland Martin's a real journalist, and y'all just up there talking. You know what I'm saying? Investigative report, I'm hot. You know what I'm saying?
He said that's going, y'all. Remember that. I was like, yo, don't disrespect to Roland Martin.
No, Roland my man. I'm like,
great gentleman.
That's why people don't Roland Martin. That's why people don't go. That's why people don't go on Roland, because Roland got the facts. Roland go, you said what? Go to my laptop. And he finna get in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I was tight.
Listen, let me just clear the air right now.
The air's clear.
Whoever sit on that couch, they free to say whatever they want to say.
Yeah.
I never take it to nowhere where we gonna double down on what a nigga got to say. I done had Stephen A. Smith sit there and talk about my man. Bron, I done had a lot of people on that couch. I just like to show respect. If somebody want to sit there and talk, they can talk. If not, receive your flowers, nigga. That's
that nigga that man Stephen A. Smith talked about Jasmine Crockett, and I'd have been the first person to be like, "What you say?" Because when you talking from a space that you don't understand, it's hard for me to be in the space. Like if they was. I'm doing an interview with somebody and they start talking about a situation with you and I already know the situation. I didn't talk to you. I'm gonna be so uncomfortable. Like, so that's what you think happened?
Yeah.
Like,
I see some of Melo's faces during that Stephen A.
POV.
I'm
we
like
good though. We gonna clear. Thank you for holding us accountable.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for holding us accountable. Well, I'm glad
he told you I was tight because I didn't know if he even told you because I was on that.
I went right to the group chat.
He said, oh shit, Ali just texted me. I said, fuck he talking about? He said,
I thought it was gonna end up in a special. I was like, oh man, this is about to be not good.
He must be saw the episode.